Welcome to another episode of Car Talks with Josh, Take 6. I've learned a lot from this guy, and he's got a lot of great things to share. And I'm going to share some of my experiences listening and getting to know him, his information. So let me explain. I have been listening and watching this gentleman named Mike Andes. He's the owner of Augusta Lawn Care, and the algorithms showed up on my Instagram feed or some sort of social media feed, LinkedIn, I'm not quite sure, and I just was hooked. He is so intelligent. He's very by the numbers, very data driven, very analytical. He can pull apart a business and make recommendations. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I desperately need that. I want to learn how to do that. Wow. He actually does this series where his world is lawn care and other home services. And he owns a franchise called Augusta Lawn Care, where it's 120 plus locations. He's the owner of a tech company and building this CRM tech company called Copilot. And he's very well vetted and versed and knows what he's talking about. Long story short, I'm learning a ton from him, and I'm just trying to consume as much content as I can to pick up little things here and there. And in essence, we can be considered a home-based business. We do serve families, not again on the lawn care side of things, but when we offer our cleaning services. So we clean baby gear, mainly high chairs, strollers, wagons, car seats, etc. And so anyway, so I'm see if there's any relatable or transferable knowledge that I can kind of pick and pull from him, and just trying to understand how he handles these situations. And he goes actually around, as I was mentioning, he has this series where he calls it the turnaround series, where he flies out and has his crew film these struggling businesses. And I think that I'm attracted to it so much because I can relate. Because honestly, we're struggling. And I'm just trying to see if hey, if I can pick something up, if I can take this piece of advice, if I can learn from others who've been in this situation, been in worse situations, or what do they do here? What is this recommendation here? How do you do this? And just understand numbers, understand data, understand anything that can help us be successful all day. You know what I mean? That's what I want to learn. I want to be better. I want my team to be better. And so I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and what he does, not just for him but his family, and how honest he is and how intelligent he is. I'm not saying he's perfect, and he's admitted, and he just released an episode literally I think tonight or yesterday that he showed his faults, and it made me again respect him more, because I think the premise so far, I'm only 30 minutes into it so far, but it really compelled me to kind of share. And he was mentioning that he wished he had more documentation during his low times, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, because we're definitely in a low time right now. And I don't know, this may be helpful, this may be not, but I guess I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it, or vice versa, however that goes. Anyways, yeah, it's tough. So he's compelled me, long story short, to kind of share on what's going on right now. It is Valentine's Day, 2025. It is 6:15 p.m. San Diego, California. and I just left a delivery at the airport. I had to go back to the warehouse to pick up more gear, to drop it off at our self-pickup location. And I need to do this tonight because I have a completely booked schedule tomorrow. And if I can do some stuff tonight, that's going to help really alleviate my time and make me a little bit more efficient in my schedule tomorrow. So I have to make the sacrifice. I could be home. I probably have been home about 20 minutes ago. Had the rest of the evening with my wife, and kids for a little bit. However, I also do have a 10 p.m. delivery. It is what it is. Obviously, none of my drivers, which I don't have very many anymore, which that'll be another story sometime, but I don't have many of those. They weren't picking it up, and so I have to. And that's the nature of, the in business. I got to take care of the customers, and I just sacrifice so much, but I know that it'll be worth it in the end, or I hope it will be, at least. And again, it's like, I pour so much out to others in hopes that one day it'll be reciprocated. And for me, that looks like being compensated accordingly for my time and for what we do and the services we provide, and that I provide, that I can give back. I want to be able to provide it for my family, and if I can take time to set up a successful business, successful systems, get the right people in place, then they in return can take care of me and take care of the business, which in turn takes care of me and hopefully again takes care of my family. And that would allow me to in turn grow and then help others and help more people. But I can't help more people without money. Call me whatever you want to call me, I don't care. I have personal goals, I have business goals, and those strongly align with money and helping others. And if I can help others and make money, I'm a happy man. But at the end of the day, as one of our 6 core values, and I tell all my employees, I tell everyone, family's number one, family's over everything. My family's more important than their family, more important than the customer's family. And I'm doing this for my family. And shooting for my goals so that way I can help achieve our goals together. And man, being an entrepreneur is tough. There are 2 easy days. I wouldn't say 0 because there are some easy days, but there are no easy days, as they would say in general, or just in general. I mean, I've had previous employees cuss me out, yell at us, call us all the names in the book. Not just like, I don't know, you name it. And financial struggles. We're currently in a really tough spot right now, money-wise, and I'm doing everything that I can with my knowledge base, and I'm trying to, surround myself with the right counsel to make the best decisions. And it's like, at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me, but like, I want to be smart about it. I don't want to be you know, like naive or like, oh, you know, and so I take out money that I shouldn't. Sorry, I got to work and do the same thing at the same time. So, multitasking. So, anyways, I'm trying to do the best I can, and it's I had to unfortunately break down our team, change up our business model, and unfortunately that means people are no longer with us. But we're just now, and it's been months of this, and we're just now getting to a point where I'm finally patiently, well, I'm very patient, but patiently getting the right people in place so I have more time to go to business, spend time with my family. This is really bad shadow. Sorry about that. And yesterday, I sent out an offer for a warehouse manager, which we desperately needed, and he finally accepted. There's a lot of negotiation back and forth, but we were able to come to terms that we agreed with, and it was, you know, a good negotiation, and I appreciate it, and it shows his dedication. And you know, I stood fast, and there's, you know, on some things I probably would have been in, but even though I'm desperate need for the help, and I want the help, and I can't wait to get his expertise and his thoughts and his help and getting everything going, it wasn't just giving up and giving in to whatever that is. You know, I need to look after the business. I need to make sure it was sustainable long term, and setting us up for success in the future, and not catering as much to other people. And I've done that too much in the past, and it's bit me in the butt. So I needed to stand my ground, and we both respectfully negotiated, and we're both happy. And we're going to start next week. So I'm in the process of again getting the right people on board. I'm rebuilding my driving team, getting a warehouse manager in there, and that's going to free up 85% of my day. So overall, 7 days ago, before I had people finally getting trained and offer letters out, and for a long time it's been a big struggle, but today we can kind of like take one little step back, take a deep breath, and get back to work, because it's not over. Just because I got the help, you know, doesn't mean it's over. Or I can just like pawn it off, or it's going to be easy. But I have to trust, and I have to believe that this is the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, if it's not, unfortunately, it'll be another lesson. But if I can get the right people on board, and the biggest thing is the money, right? I got to get the right people, but I got to afford the right people. And so at the end of the day, it's going to come back on me. It's going to free up my time. But now, being head of sales, I got to get out, and being an owner, I got to get out and sell. Money can solve a lot of problems, and we don't have a lot, and we have a lot of problems. So I got to go make some more money, make some more partnerships, and now I'm going to eventually have time. And I'm excited to get everyone onboarded as quickly as possible, get these systems in place, get the people there, work out all the kinks right in the nick of time for spring break and summer, which is here. So I'm trying my best. I'm slowly but surely getting, again, systems and processes in place. And I'm trying to, again, listen to Mike. Advice what he gives to other people. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, cool. These numbers are great, right? You know, for example, he had mentioned, and I've heard different like numbers or ratios, but the smallest I've heard is a salesperson should be bringing in at least 3 times, sometimes 5, sometimes 10 times what you're paying them. So if you're paying a salesperson $50,000, they need to be bringing in not just 150, right? Not just what? Yeah, 150,000, but $500,000 they should be bringing in, right? Because if they bring in $500,000 of top line revenue, they'll gladly pay that out, right? And essentially, I've heard this, I heard this somewhere else, but if you bring in a good salesperson and they're worth it and they can sell and they can bring in business, it's like, would you trade a $10 bill for a $1 bill, right? If you're going to pay them 10% commission on $500,000, which could be their salary and whatever structure it looks like, that's like a fair trade to me, right? I would trade a $1 bill for a $5 bill. I would right now trade $1 for $1.50, but you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where, I'm trying to pick up these little things, keep these in mind as I grow the team, as I can learn from others and watch these turnaround episodes and watch and take advice from other great people who've done it, not just who talk about it, who have actually done it. I'm seeing video evidence of their advice and their advice in action and what it looks like and how it works and them being vulnerable. And again, I can resonate because I'm, one, very emotional, and two, like I resonate with, like, I've been there, I understand, and I have empathy for you, and I want to be able to learn from them and try not to make the same mistakes and learn from their successes. So that's what I'm doing. I appreciate one day, Mike, if you ever see this, I'd love to meet you, and I appreciate everything you do. Hopefully you learned something, and get back to work. Have a good day.